everybody, and welcome back to Free Friday. Jason Ricci here. Subscribe today for over 1,000 harmonica related videos, and most of them are lessons. And today we're going to be talking about playing over different styles of music. By different styles of music, I mean styles of music other than blues music. Harmonica is mostly known for playing over blues music because historically that's where the instrument's been featured the most. Of course, harmonica has made its way into almost every kind of music imaginable. But today, we're going to discuss that. How do you do that? If you're mostly a blues player and you're interested in jamming over other styles of music, first of all, that's great. Even the masters, Big Walter Horton, covered La Cucaracha, right? We got lots of examples of famous blues artists playing on different styles of music. The great Charlie Musselwhite did a whole Cuban record with the Buena Vista Social Club. So what do we do when we're approaching these different styles of music? Now, this video was sparked by a Patreon patron who asked specifically for how do you play over reggae music? So the reason that I'm not just making a video on reggae music is I get asked this question a lot, except instead of reggae music, people will say, how do you play over bluegrass? How do you play over country? How do you play over heavy metal? How do you play over Latin jazz, all this kind of stuff. All of the stuff that I teach you about arpeggios and scales and the difference between major and minor, those are the main applications. Those are the main ways to attack or play or cooperate with whatever style of music it is. And I'm going to prove that today by playing over a bunch of backing tracks. I just typed into Google reggae backing track. I grabbed the first one that they offered and I saved it. And I did the same thing with all the other styles. So as we go through them, I'm going to tell you what I'm thinking. Now, of course, every style of music has its own little idiosyncrasies and traditions in history, just like the blues. But can a rock player or can a jazz player play over a blues progression? Of course. Will they play it with all of the emphasis in history and style of the original blues artists? Of course not. That doesn't mean they can't. And it also doesn't mean that the original blues artists wouldn't like the way they have played. They might really have enjoyed it. Maybe even gotten some ideas from it. Yes, rhythmically is the most important thing. That's what changes from things that separate these styles of music. And you can just learn that by just listening to a lot of whatever those people are doing. For example, in reggae music, right? If you're a harmonica player, one of the instruments that is featured quite often in reggae music is the melodica, which is very similar to the sound of a harmonica. It's a free reed instrument, but it's just like a little piano that you blow into. You could just imitate what the melodica player was doing, or you could take something from the guitar player, take something from the organ player or the piano player. So a lot of times, just because there's not a harmonica or a history of harmonica being played in that music, doesn't mean that you can't kind of cop the rhythmic and melodic and stylistic choices that other musicians made just by listening to what they did on other instruments. All right, let's get going. Now, first, let's take a break and head over to what gear I'm going to be using. So first of all, I will be playing a lot of this, probably acoustic, but I will be using my amp and pedal board, and I will be changing the amp and pedal board for different styles of music, which is one of the reasons I like using the Jason Ricci signature mic, because it doesn't naturally get distortion and compression, so I can change the amount of distortion and compression it gets on my board, making my playing better suited sonically to whatever style of music I'm doing. So this is the gear that I'm using. First of all, let's just screen here. So I got these two little speakers here, and then this one microphone. So that's all that's getting picked up. So the backing tracks will be coming through the speakers. I'm using my little travel pedal board here. This is, believe it or not, this is my little one. So most of the time, right, we're just going to be using the anti-feedback. Probably don't even need that today because I'm not loud. The Heartbreak, the Flat Cat, little reverb, and some delay. And Sonic Maximizer going into this HG50 which I have barricaded with its 2-key case to try to prevent digital distortion. Welcome back. Now we're going to jump right into it. Now keep in mind, I have never heard any of these backing tracks. So this might go great and I might come off sounding amazing, and it might go terrible. Either way, I hope it brings some comfort and entertainment and education to you. Here we go. First one up is Reggae. So we're going to start with Reggae. It says it's in the key of E minor. So I'm just going to grab a D harp. So it's Reggae, so I'm going to add a lot of extra delay. Why? Well, because reggae artists use tons of delay, right? So I'm not being like non-traditionalist. As a matter of fact, I'm being the opposite. Reggae guitar players, melodica guys, everybody uses tons of delay on the vocals. Okay, so let's hear the track. Let's go ahead and play it and see what we got. Oh, it's slow. Let me get my delay queued up. All right. So I'm thinking, oh, I like it. You hear all that delay on that and those effects coming in the back that they're using? So I'm gonna go, because it's minor, I'm gonna use the D harp, and I'm just gonna play like some simple little lines and like a motif, and kind of, and I have no idea what I'm gonna do, right? I'm just kind of expand on it. I could do that all day. I got a little busy there at the end and made some kind of mistake there, but man, I was really happy with how I played over that. First try. Now, okay, so some cool things happened in there. I recognized the progression as being very similar to the song that I do, that I wrote, the classical piece, Harmonica Caprice in C minor. right? So that's cool. So a lot of times, even though it's a different type of music, you might recognize the chord progression as being the same as a Nirvana song or the same as a blues song. It might be a 1-4-5. So learning your chord progressions, learning your scales, learning so I could do something different, right? Like I could have gone, I chose to go mostly minor pentatonic or Aeolian, but I could do some harmonic minor too. Same harp, D harp in E minor. So there's all different kinds of stuff you can do. So when it comes down to it, it's all just music. It doesn't matter if it's reggae or jazz or whatever. You just kind of get into that style rhythmically. And listen to what the band is doing, right? Let's listen a little more, right? Okay. Okay, so let me steal that kind of style. So here's a little flute going. Right, so I could just kind of steal that kind of. Let's do it. Okay, there's a piano or a synth solo that they're kind of offering in the backing track. Let me try to steal some of what that person's doing. I'm waiting. Where is it? Here we go. All right, so that sounds mostly like minor pentatonic to me. So because I've studied the minor pentatonic scale, I can recognize that. So that helps me. That helps my ear. Everybody's like, "Oh, well, you need to listen to the old blues masters to develop your ear and stuff." Well, yeah, sure, definitely listen to those guys. But if you listen to the scales, what that is it's a process of elimination. For example, that minor pentatonic scale, if I'm right, it only has 5 notes in it. Okay, so that means that there's 7 notes that I already know are not what that person's playing. So it also, because I practice in it, I can kind of tell already what that person's playing without even having to try it. Let me listen to it. I think that's it. Maybe not. Let's listen. So he's using like little short notes. All right, let me try with that style. Let's just spend all day playing reggae. Let's just spend all day doing it, man. Oh, Lord. So much fun. So much fun, right? It is so much fun to play other styles of music and learn about the little rhythms and the little things that make it what it is. All right, I promised you many more backing tracks. I spent a long time on that one. Next up, three chord bluegrass progression. Never heard it in my life. It's in the key of G. We're going to abandon the amp and the pedal board and the mic. I'm going to grab a regular Blue Moon C harp. Now, I already think it's bluegrass. I already think I know what I'm going to do. It's going to be mostly major pentatonic scale, maybe mixolydian. How do I know that? Well, because I've listened to a little bit of bluegrass before. And I know that style of music often uses those two scales. How do I know that? Well, because I've listened to it and I've studied the scales. On this channel alone, you can find lots of examples of me playing country and bluegrass and other styles of music. And when I do, I'll tell you underneath what scale I'm using, what arpeggios I'm using, and the kind of thought process that go into it. Now, let's hope with all that bragging I just did that I could actually play something good over this. Luckily, it says it's only 3 chords. Let's have a listen. Pretty slow. I thought it was going to be faster. Oh, I got this. Another one. So I'm listening to the chord changes too, right? And they're actually on the screen too. But I don't really need to know them. I don't really need to know them. I just need to know a few things. Is it major or is it minor? Well, it sounds pretty, so it's major. So I know with major that I can pick any major scale that it'll work. But I know that major pentatonic is simple. It's only got 5 notes, and it's very folky. Let's take a crack at it. So that was all major pentatonic. So I could get a little fancy. Oh, here we go. There's a little fiddle sound. Very nice and conservative. Let's imitate some of that. Oh, it's over already. Anyway, there we go. So there's just bluegrass. I just assessed it. Major, minor, major, major pentatonic, simple scale, and then just, made some adjustments, right? I'm not going to use the pedal board. I'm not going to use the mic. I'm not going to play amplified. Everybody else in the band is acoustic, so I'm going to be too. So I just made some adjustments, not really based on bluegrass, but just based on music, right? And what I'm listening to what everybody else is doing, okay? If you want to study one style of music, you just got to immerse yourself in it. So what do I know about? I know about blues music, okay? And I know a little tiny bit about jazz, even less about bluegrass, and even less about reggae, right? But I can imitate, and I can pay attention to basic music principles, major or minor, what scales are the best, chord changes, chord structure, where's the bridge, what are the other guys in the band playing? Are they playing fast? Are they playing slow? Are they using short notes, long notes, staccato, legato, vibrato? What kind of effects, if any, are they using? These are the questions. All right, this one should be fun. Fast, hard rock, heavy metal in A minor. All right, so I could go with a G harp, right, in third position, and maybe I'll end up there, but I'm going to go with a D harp in second position, all right, because, why? Because the G harp's a little too low, right? That might be a little too low, but it might be perfect. We don't know yet because we haven't heard the track yet. All right, fast, heavy rock, metal, backing track in A minor. First thing I'm going to do, I'm going to crank the distortion on my... I'm going to get rid of the... I'll keep the delay long, right? I might even add an octave effect. Let me hear what that sounds like. A little less delay. Man, that octave effect might have been good on the reggae. I'm going to get rid of that long delay. I got an auto on there too, right? Perfect. All right, let's hear what I don't even know what the song. I should probably set the pedal board after I listen to the song. But let's listen to the song. Here we go. Heavy metal, Jason. Some Will Wild territory here. He could really tell you what to do. Let me take the octave off for now. I need more distortion. It's already cranked. So I think I got the chord progression, right? I think this is what it is right here. I think it's something like... So what do I know about metal music? Not much. Honestly, this is the hardest one so far. I know that the guys in metal music shred a lot. I know that there's a lot of intensity. I know that the blues scale is often used, as well as a lot of other crazy modal stuff, Phrygian and Locrian and harmonic minor and all that stuff that these metal guys really get a bad rap by jazz and blues artists and, you know, maybe more traditional Americana art forms, you know, but because these cats are using a lot of stuff, right? So I think I could do a lot better on this. I'm going to listen a little bit and see what I can do. harp's giving me some trouble. So that was kind of fun. I started a little slower and built. A little sloppy, man. I got to work on some of my fast chops again. I've been thinking too much about chords and chord structures and not getting into my fast stuff. But boy, was that fun! I have had a blast with every little style of music I was playing. I liked some of the more repeated. Right, I like the way that sounded over it. I think my friends that are into metal would say, "Hey Jay, you did a pretty good job. You know, but you got a lot of work to do. You could try this scale. You could try that scale." So that's the other thing. Just talk to the people that play that music. All right, next up, country honky tonk. Key of G. So I'm going back to acoustic. Damn. Never heard it before. Can I double time it? A little sloppy. Let's try that again. Let's do a little Mixolydian. I like that. Lots of videos from me on Mixolydian. Wow, man. Man, y'all, I'm having so much fun. I'm just having so much fun. Man, just adding that Mixolydian mode. So I went from major pentatonic, all these videos linked below. Go to my channel. Just if there's something you heard today that you liked that I was doing, first of all, thank you. But you just grab onto that thing and just work on that for a little while. Jump. Have a week or a month or a year of country honky tonk, right? Just jump into it, become the best guy you can in that style. So I started, major pentatonic. And then I was like starting to hear the chords, and I'm thinking, I could throw in a 7 or so. and a 4. So I was like, yeah, Mixolydian. Yeah. Now all of that comes from what I learned from Pat. Even though it's like it goes back to Charlie McCoy and a lot of other cats too. But Charlie McCoy. But yeah. That's that Mixolydian mode, and it's real easy. The harmonica in second position is just. Well, it's just begging to do it. It's just begging. It's because it's just in this situation, it's just a C major scale that you're playing in G. It's the same scale. But I'm just, instead of concentrating on one blow, I'm concentrating on 2 draw or 6 blow. And then the same scale. Can you play a blues scale over it? Yeah, but it's not going to sound right. I mean, it sounds all right. Too much fun, man. Too much fun. Country honky tonk. Gosh, this is going to be a long video. Where are we at? 37 minutes already. What is going on? All right, Neo backings. We're not going to get through all this. We're not going to get through it. Yeah, we are. Here we go. Just sit at home, man. Get a smoke, get some coffee, whatever. We're going to have some fun. Neo soul R&B backing track in C minor. All right. So I'm going to guess. Right? First of all, I'm going to get my delay back up, right? Well, let me hear the song first. Like that Fender Rhodes. That's that piano sound. Hey. So I'm thinking definitely more like the reggae, some little motif before I start to get too crazy. I'm not sure B flat is the right key, right? The B flat harmonica is C minor, but let's try it. I'll go acoustic first. Oh, here's the bridge. Not bad. So that relative major in third position, I was kind of playing over the bridge more in 12th. But you wouldn't even have to know that. You could just be playing a regular third position natural minor scale or Aeolian. Oh, I still got my distortion all the way up from the metal. Let's go back down. See how cleaner my mic sounds? I control my distortion. Not a microphone, not even an amp. Nothing but clams. Yeah. So, okay, this one was a lot of fun. And I really like the way that the Aeolian thing, the natural minor scales really seem to work as a relative major over the bridge. Not sure exactly why, but I could just kind of hear that it would. And the reason I can is because it's happened to me before, right? I've been in those situations where the composition started off in a minor key and then kind of went to something that sounded really pretty, major seventh chords, just really, really pretty stuff. All right, what's up next? Latin jazz backing track in D minor. All right, let's hear it. Oh! See, if I'm at a show, I'm like, I don't want to sit in. I want to just listen to this. Yeah. But here I am. So I'm listening to that piano. Oh. This is just the backing track, man. It's got my soul, man. It's got my soul. Listen to this. Beautiful. So anyway, shucks, man, I just went fully chromatic on that ferret. This is one of them numbers, like I said at the beginning. This is a lot more advanced than anything else that we've done so far, both rhythmically and harmonically. This is one of those kind of numbers I'd want to get into each thing. Look at each chord, right? D minor. So there are the changes. Okay, I figured it out. So they're written right there: D minor, G minor, A7, D minor. Now, having looked at the changes a little, let me see if I can do any better. Okay, here we go. So I'll just start with some basic arpeggios. So same as Minor Swing by Django Reinhardt. So I just all I did was just arpeggiate each one of those chords. D minor, G minor, A7, back to D minor. So now with that knowledge, right, I can go, okay, the first chord is third position. Second chord is second position minor. Of course, I'm just using a blues scale. And then the third position, the third chord is fourth position with a major third. All right, so let's check it out. Oh, that's so pretty. Who wants to play over that? Just want to listen to that piano. So learning the chord changes is always a good start. No matter what type of music it is, it still has chords, it still has melody, rhythm, and harmony. That's what makes it music. So you learn if you can learn the melody and the harmony first, right, and then maybe you get some of that. The rhythm is oftentimes the most elusive thing. One of the reasons I moved to New Orleans is just to be around the way that the musicians feel time down here. And when I first got here and I saw how they were doing it, just real delicate and real light, and oftentimes ahead and oftentimes in behind, and very intentional. I just realized I had to live here. I had to move here if I really wanted to get that in me. Okay, and I'm still working on it. All right, last one. What do we got? Funk. That's right. I queued this up at the beginning of the video. Funk backing track in C minor. I'm going to grab an F harp, right? And here we go. I'm going to put on my auto-wah pedal. Let's put it on the octave for fun, right? Turn off all delay. Oh. Oh, you hear that? They got the delay and the auto-wah. Yay! Woo! All right, let's talk about this while they're going on the bridge. The key to funk music, right, is all in the rhythm, right? Short little repeated passages, patience, percussion, boo-dat, ba-doo-dat, do-dat, bap, ba-dap, bap, ba-bap. Hey! Anyway, hey! Yeah! Too much fun. Too much fun. Name of the game. Name of the game. Is it major? Is it minor? What's the best scale? What are the chord changes? Right? The chord changes will help you pick the scale. Listen to the guys in the band. What are they doing? How are they playing? What kind of effects are they using or not? Try the best. Your best thing is these right here, is your ears. Sit back and listen, chill. It doesn't matter what kind of music. As Bob Marley said, you can play music if you want to play music, if you have people you want to play music with. Stay tuned for the credits. Thank you so much for visiting my YouTube channel. Over 1,000 harmonica-related videos. Everything from gear to lessons to blues stories to stuff about my personal life, addiction, mental health, jail, anything you can imagine that has anything to do with playing harmonica or harmonica in general, right here on Jason Ricci's YouTube channel. 20 years of YouTube right here. I'd like to thank some of the people that make it possible. The Lone Wolf Blues Company, bringing you the very best in harmonica microphones, pedals, anything you can imagine that has to do with the harmonica besides the harmonica itself. Lone Wolf is doing it, family-owned company, right up the road from me in Ponchatoula, Louisiana. Randy Landry and his beautiful wife, Missy, family-owned company, doing the very best they can to bring you quality, guaranteed products that are all assembled right here in the United States of America. Blue Moon Harmonicas, you can get your name on the harp just like me. Custom combs, pre-war harmonicas, harmonicas from the Sonny Terry estate, all makes and models, just about anything you can imagine. Tom Halchak from Blue Moon can do it for you. And I play Hohner Harmonicas, and Hohner hooks me up with some great harps that I love. They're like sports cars. I dig them. Pedal pad, pedal boards. Two brothers out of Topeka. They found me. I was already playing their stuff, and they called me up and said, Jay, we want to support you. They made me a brand new pedal board this year. It's absolutely beautiful. I love it. It's held up to the rigors of the road. I've seen some fancy pedal boards from some other companies. They're amazing, but they don't match the quality and the durability of pedal pad made by two brothers out of Topeka. Appreciate you guys. Don't forget, harp gear amplifiers. Even though you see me on a twin or a Fender Bassman at home in New Orleans, when I just need to bring something up real quick, I'm grabbing Carmelita. That's my HG410 from Harp Gear Amplifiers. Brian Purdy out of Ocala, Florida. Thank you to Patreon. Patreon is the one who's keeping these videos free for you. If you've seen one of my thousands of free harmonica lessons, it is because people are contributing to Patreon. I'm not gonna lie, I'm motivated by a little money, right? The videos are free here for you because Patreon is supporting me. It's giving me $1, $5, whatever it is that you can contribute a month on Patreon. That's what's happening. They get a little extra. They get some private Zoom meetings, some private lessons, some behind the scenes vlog stuff. All of that's over on Patreon. All of the links to all of this stuff is right below every single video. Thank you again to all of my sponsors, and thank you, Patreon, for your support. If you don't want to be a member of Patreon, I understand that. You can leave a one-time tip at Venmo or PayPal. Those links are right below this video and every other video, and on my channel page right here on YouTube. All the success I've had, whether you're a Patreon patron or you're supporting my sponsors or not, is because of you, the viewers on YouTube. Whether you subscribing, leaving a comment, liking the video, or sharing, you are helping me in some part. You don't have to do all of it or any of it, but maybe you could do a little of it. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.